Hello class, in this tutorial I would like to demo how we can write a function and using that function within our code to, for instance, convert meters to feet. And this is going to also give us kind of an indication how we can actually create a simple function and display the results in a tabular format. Having said that, once you created your project and you created a source file, then you're going to get the editor as we can see here, and then we can begin typing our code. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and include our libraries. The first library I'm going to include is the IOStream. The next one that I'm going to include is IO manipulation, because we're going to be formatting our results. Now these are the two libraries that I need for this code. Now I'm going to go include my standards. Okay. In this case, I'm going to be including the cout, standard output. I'm going to be including the set width for formatting purpose, and we're going to be using end of the line. So these are the three standards that I will be using in the code. So the reason we're typing it this way is so it's going to make the typing easier within our code, so we don't have to type all the time stt : cout. By doing this, you just have to type cout only. Right? Now we're going to go ahead and create our prototype. In this case, our function is going to be a type passing by value function. We're going to call it convert meters to feet. Okay, and we're going to be passing a variable to this function of type double, and we're going to name it feet, declare it as feet. Next, we're going to start the main function. Main, open bracket, to begin our main function. So here what we're going to do is we are creating a loop, a for loop to print the data in a tabular format. Okay. All right. So here we're going to say, before to do that, we're going to create another variable. We're going to call result, and we're going to initialize with 0. Next, we're going to say for loop, and that's good. We're going to declare initialize feet to 0. It's going to be a type of double, semicolon, feet less than 100, and the loop will stop when it reaches 900, less than 100. So whenever the loop gets at a point where it's greater than 100, it stops. And then we're gonna increment this loop by increment of 10 in this case. Okay, then we're gonna open a bracket. So in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to use the result to preserve the value of the conversion that's done by this function. So we know the parameter feed is being passed to this one. So basically what results will do is a value is passed, a value is passed to the function convert meters to feet, and then it converts it and returns results back to the results, and the conversion is preserved into result variable. Next, we need to also print the results, right? So in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to see out, and we're going to use set width 5. We're going to give it a width of 5, and we're going to type meters, title, and we're going to be using the set width, and here we're going to give it a 5 as well for the feed and end of the line. So in here, what we're trying to do is we're gonna when the compiler compiles this code and print it, what will do is it will assign a space of 5, the width of. So basically allocates 5 space for the meters, and also allocates 5 space for the feet. And here, as you can see, yes, we have some problem here. It's complaining that something's wrong. So in case if we scroll up, we'll see that we forgot the L. And now if we go down here, the error is gone. So the next thing what we're going to do is we need to now print the result. So again, we're going to assign 5 spaces. And in this case, we're going to type feed, and then we're going to set width 10 space for the result and end of the line. And then we're going to close our bracket for the for loop, and then we're going to close the other bracket for the end of the main function. Let's put a comment here too, end of the loop, for loop. Okay, so what will happen is, in this case, we have a for loop that starts at 0, and it adds 10 to the feed every time 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and will stop. Then I'm going to call the convert meters to feed function, where the value of the feed is passed on to it, and then the result is calculated, returned, and passed on to result variable. And here we are basically printing, outputting the result on the screen. So in this case, we give set width a space of 5 for the meters and also for the feet. And then for the feet as well, we allocate 5 space, and for the result, we allocate 10 space. We did declare our function prototype, but now we have to go actually declare our main function, the right function that actually does the calculation. So in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and copy this to make our work easier. I'm going to come paste it back down here, and then we're going to open the bracket. In this case, we're going to use the return statement to return a value, and we're going to go ahead and plug in our formula. order to convert meters to feet, what you need to do is the feet times this 3.2808839.895 formula. So we're going to close the bracket and we're going to say end of the function. Now, our function is complete here. So if values pass on to this function, pass by value function, and that value is multiplied times this number to return to convert meters to feet. And that value is returned to result variable. Okay, so having said that, let's go ahead and run that. Control F5. Okay, here we go. So in this case, as you can see, 10 meters equals 32 feet, 20 equals 65 feet, point some numbers, and so on. And as you can see, it's set width, allocate 5 space for each of these, for meters and feet. So as you can see, everything's nicely aligned. That's why we're using set width. So let's go recap again. So we included our IO stream IO manipulation library, which allow us in return to use the standards that we needed for our program: cout, set width, end of line. We declare our function prototype, and we are only passing one parameter to this one, which is a feet. In this case, a double. And then we start our main function. And the result, we declare another variable called result to hold the value of the function. And then we add our for loop statement here that starts at 0 and incremented by 10. And we use and we pass the value of the for loop to our function. The function convert meter to feet, and the result is preserved in the result variable. And then we formatted our result down here and printed on the screen. And then we basically did Control F5, and voila, we have our result on the screen. So this program basically demonstrated how to use a function, how to declare it, and how to use it within your main function, and how to declare, create a tabular format result. This will be very helpful for your assignment that you're going to be doing for a velocity assignment, and this is going to be very similar to this exercise. I hope you found this demonstration helpful. Thank you.